Yay!
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Linda and Sue from the Yarn Bar in Billings, Montana.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Are you over your jet lag?
I think so, but I don't usually want to get out of bed. So,
Have you been waking up at night at all?
I did not wake up last night.
Okay.
Even to have to pee, I did not wake up, which is
I'm
rare.
guessing you're getting there then.
Yeah, I think so too. I do get pretty I'm not usually one to fall asleep in front of the TV, but the other night I was snoring apparently.
Well, that was your first night back.
And they said, Linda, go to bed.
Snoring.
That was my second night, actually.
Oh, really?
But
I think those big long hauls take a while.
They do.
I think they say about a week.
Yeah. Well,
or like it's a certain formula for a number of like an hour for every I don't know 20. I don't know what it is. 24 hours. Maybe someone knows.
You made me forget what I was going to say.
Well, that's a sign of jet lag.
Okay.
You can milk just that old for a while. Oh yeah, you had a birthday.
Because now I had a birthday, and it was
right?
a 2-day birthday.
That's a first.
Yeah, the crew on the flight actually gave me. I sort of was waking up, so luckily I was awake. They brought me a little chocolate cake. And they had a card that was signed by the whole crew. And I'm like, Jim, did you tell them to do that? And he's like, no. Like he was, I think he was being honest. So,
well,
but they would know,
birthday...
I guess they would know, like if they're really looking.
Do you put your birthday on a ticket?
Well, my date, I don't know, but they figured it out. And
maybe Maddie told them.
How would that happen?
I don't know.
But I will say that was one nice thing about Qantas. I can't say a lot of awesome things about Qantas, but
but they did give you a birthday cake.
They did give me a birthday
Well, they were trying to make up.
Yeah, they did.
Good.
Yep.
Good.
Well, on the way, so I'm sure a lot of you know, but our original flight, we had flown in about 2.5 hours, and we had heard someone say, is there a medical professional on board? And if you are, please make it known. So we didn't know if anybody did make themselves known, but apparently someone was sick, and so they actually had to turn the plane around. Of course, we're thinking, well, let's just go again. Let's just fill her back up. And let's just go again. But, the flight crew hours and stuff like that you can't do that. Really did mess it up. So we didn't actually get back on until
a long time.
Yeah, the next night at about 11 at night. We actually took off. And I brought a box of Brockles chocolates. And what it got me was 2 pairs of Qantas first class jammies.
Because you gave the flight crew some chocolates.
Yeah, so
the original flight crew?
No, I never did give them anything.
Yeah, they were distracted.
They weren't as good either. Even when we just started, they were a little
really?
Whatever. But the second crew was a more mature crew, and they were
seasoned.
Very attentive and really nice.
I'm sure they wanted to give the A crew a chance after the big flight delay, right?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Bet they, maybe they called them in. Weird.
So if anybody has any other, if they have any questions about how to travel internationally, I've got a good, and I also know exactly, I have pared down exactly what I need to bring with me on a trip like that. Like my first trip, I had everything. I had pillows and back pillows and leg things, and I had so much crap, but I pared it down to my knitting bag. I can put everything in my knitting bag. I've got loop on the top of my knitting bag, so I latch it onto my seatbelt.
Question, do you bring a spare pair of undies on your carry-on?
Well, not in my knitting bag, but I did have it in my carry-on. I was prepared in case what we exactly had to do. So
right.
Because you'd already checked your bag.
Right.
Oh, did you not get your bags? You didn't get your bags?
No,
that would be why.
They had them.
That's advice that my mom, is pretty adamant about that one, like a spare of everything. But I sort of was getting lazy about that, but I guess that's not a good idea. So anyway,
but the whole latching your knitting, a smallish knitting bag, like project size bag, onto your seatbelt is actually really good because they don't see it, so it doesn't look like you have an extra bag, in your lap when they're checking. But you never have to lose your knitting. It's not going to roll on the floor. I've got my candy and my phone and my Skittles.
I lost a needle tip on a flight at the beginning of a flight to Hawaii, and I started panicking.
I would have been probably freaking out too.
Oh no.
And Kroll and I were both on the ground.
And they don't like it when you do that.
They don't, but I was like, I don't know how to explain this to you. It's an Addie needle tip.
Right.
I have to find it. We
Yeah.
did find it.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's kind of entertaining. Flights can be a little dull these days.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, we have
Let
a
your
giveaway.
yarn buffle.
Oh, yes, we do. So last week we had 32 comments, and we randomly chose number 2 person, and number 2 person is Suzanne Matthews.
Yay,
Suzanne, you get this really cool collector's tin, which I brought home with me from Australia because Kylie and the Machine is based in Brisbane. And it's so inside is a little packet.
Super cute.
It is, of some of her labels. And we chose this little pack of really cute 4 labels. They're all embroidered, and you can put them on any handmade item.
They're wonderful.
And so it's a nice little tin to stash those kind of little bits and pieces that you want to keep safe.
Right. Kylie and the Machine has lots of fun labels. We have many of them. We restocked. She's a great, Brisbane-based maker.
Yep, that's
Fun.
what I like.
Yeah. Okay, that is the giveaway. Again, thanks for subscribing. Please spread the word.
Yeah,
I just told
so-
my trainer this morning, I'm like, hey, follow us on YouTube. You don't have to watch us. Just follow us.
Just
Tell your
follow
friends.
us, and then if you want to win a prize like Suzanne just did, you'll want to leave a comment on our most current video, so that way we know.
That's how we
Because
choose.
a few people are nice too and have left comments on previous videos, but we're really counting the comments from our most
Well, it's
recent
always good
one.
to get feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's great. Thank you.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I
When
think
last we left Linda,
Yeah.
she was deciding what projects to take with her.
Yeah, and I actually took 3 with me. I really only finished 1. And this is my Hatsy. Okay, I actually have another one going, but I don't know if I'll really get that done. But this is one of the hats from the Kelbourne A Year of Hats. It's
Your
one of the
bulky
bulky
hats.
hat, and I really do like this yarn, and it is truly a nice bulky yarn. It's not light or anything like that. It's a little heavier than Aran weight. This is the Upsala Hat, and it's got like a little dandelion stitch on there, which is kind of fun but a little tricky at the same time. I do have a little video that I made on the airplane. I can't account for how good the video is, but I sent it to one of our customers, and I blocked it out. I had a little story about how I blocked it, so I still have a lot of yarn left, and it's kind of
do a pom-pom.
still got a little roomy.
Cute.
Yeah.
You could do another repeat. Make it like a
yes,
beret.
yes, you definitely would have more. Yep.
Cute.
So,
And is this bulky? There's bulky.
yep. Here's the
That's
bulky
great yarn.
right here.
Bulky basket. Fun.
Yeah, it's a great,
a
like,
great
super
yarn.
solid yarn. Like you can't go wrong. It's always going to knit up nice. So,
Nice.
and I do like the colors, and
I
I like
love
this
this
color.
blue.
It's
Yeah.
sort of a steely blue gray.
It's
yeah.
actually called
Is it?
steel gray.
Oh, ha ha ha.
Steel gray. They didn't add the blue, but
Yeah, but I do like that.
yeah. Okay,
That's
and your
a good
next
one.
project that you worked on?
Okay, so the other one that I probably spent more time than anything else on is this really fun shawl. It's called Float. It's by Dawn Barker, and she
That looks
has-
like Monet.
It
This
it
particular
really
one.
does. It looks like the one some
Water
of
lilies.
Monet's paintings, the water lilies. And honestly, when I was working on it and Maddie saw it, I didn't tell her what I'd already posted a picture of this next to
Yeah.
one of the paintings.
Oh, well, she probably saw that.
She didn't. She asked me though, "Is this a Monet shawl?" And I said, "Oh, that's so funny because I already posted that." And I really
That's
didn't know
only
it was
because of the color way that we
It
chose.
is,
It is
yes.
not because of the pattern. If you knit
No.
this with other yarn, it would not necessarily look like
it
Monet's
might
water
not,
lilies.
right? But
Disclaimer.
so
but-
this is Round Mountain yarn, and we have always loved Round Mountain. She really is very unique in her colors. So, and the way she dyes, so the way that this pattern works, it needs specific types of yarns that have just a bit of color. And so
There's little color
basically
blips.
it's mostly solid with a little blip of yarn. So what happens is when you're working the yarn, once you just do like a regular stitch, and then once you get to the little colorful part, you change your stitch. So in this case, it's like a little kind of flower stitch. So, and actually I'm kind of right at a point where I could show you the flower part. Okay. So here, I'll just knit. I got a couple stitches to get there.
Okay.
Behind you.
Fun. Yeah, round.
Called assigned pooling.
Yep. Yeah, and we met Dawn Barker at market.
Assigned pooling has probably been around for a while. I don't know that Dawn made it up, but she's definitely doing a lot of patterns using it.
Right.
I think maybe Madeline Tosh has something going on.
She does with her. Yeah, she has some.
So you are just stockinette stitch. Oops.
Yeah, I'm on the back side, but it really is treated the same way.
Oh, okay. So you're purling until you get to
this color. So here I am. So it takes up 5 stitches. So you wrap twice in each stitch, no matter if you're on the purl side or the knit side. Oops.
And you just do it for as long as the color blip is there?
Well, it will take up that much yarn.
Oh, okay.
So here's the 5 stitches, okay?
Oh.
Then I turn it. And
one of our viewers commented they thought it was 2 different yarns. I did too when I saw it.
Yep.
Wait, what are you doing? Slipping them all off? Okay.
Okay, but then put them back.
Okay, slip them all
Now
off.
I'm going to knit into all 5 of those stitches. So you do a knit stitch, a purl stitch.
Still in the same 5.
Yep. And back to the knit.
That again.
Wow,
Purl.
Look at all the stitches.
Yeah, you whoops, sorry. And then is that one more? Okay, then because I actually started that whole process on the purl side, I'm going to go back and purl each
Of
one
the 5?
of those stitches. Yep.
Wow.
Ooh.
Fun. And then you get your little flower.
Yep. And I would just keep going right now, but this is how it looks.
Pretty.
Creates that little flower look.
Fun. And you don't
Very
have
fun.
to change yarns.
No, you don't. There does end up being sort of a little gap on each side, and I will pick up a stitch on either side of that stitch just to kind of close it up.
Okay.
I'll pick it up and then I'll knit it or purl it with the
And
next
does she
stitch.
explain that in the pattern too? Or is
Not
that
really.
something you just
That's my
decided?
own thing, but I did read some people's projects, and that was a modification that they just didn't like. Like these, a lot of these are holes that I have closed up, so they were a little bit bigger. So
It's pretty.
yeah.
It's really beautiful in person. I don't even know if it's our camera's doing it justice.
This color is really hard to photograph. So, in all my pictures, it all seems a bit gray. But yeah,
It's really
But
pretty.
I do think this color would be a really nice one for what we have in stock. But we do have another order pending.
We do. I like this one.
Yeah,
I think
that
I just
one's gorgeous.
love that
Yeah.
purple. And the coral in there, it's really pretty.
And these are all on the website, everybody. So this pattern is Float by Dawn Barker. It takes 2 skeins. And some of hers take more. And she does have a variety of patterns that have different types of stitches. Kind of the pattern itself is very simple, the shape and stuff, but the different little blippy stitches are different.
Fun.
Yeah,
I like it. Fun.
All right,
Let's go
great.
to our friend Jonna.
Okay.
Let us borrow some.
All right. We are going to talk a little bit today about the temperature blanket concept. It's not a new concept. It's been around. You can search it on Ravelry. You can Google search it. But temperature blanket is basically knitting, assigning a color for a temperature range, and knitting every day what the temperature is. So Jonna, our friend Jonna's working on one, and she started January 1st.
She created this little cheat sheet for herself. So every color is assigned a temperature range. So then when the day is that color, basically, that temperature range and falls in that, she'll pick that color.
Okay.
Does she do like the high of the day, the low, the average? You could do whatever.
Maybe it's the high. I don't know. You probably have to be consistent.
Yeah, like pick a time of the day.
Okay, so we're pretty
maybe.
far into the year. Look at this. Isn't this cool?
Oh, wow.
So
January's down here, right?
we were a little bit chillier.
Yep.
Um,
But I noticed that her extreme temperature colors they're not on here very much, really.
No, we
so
haven't had a lot
the
of
amethyst was in the hundreds. So here's only a few days of that. But then the sapphire, the blue
was like 0.
yeah, there's only like a couple
bit of
rows.
that.
So
But I do think it's a cool way to look back on your year.
I do too.
No matter where you live, really.
Yeah.
Just pick your favorite colors.
And you can start it anytime.
If you're always warm, you're going to have to make your range a little bit different. 70 to 75, 75 to 80.
Depending on where you live, that could change.
Yeah.
Right. So she said she's been pretty good about being very consistent and not getting behind, which is, I think, good advice.
I feel like if I was going to do it, I might choose a more rainbow thing, but I have a feeling she might have chosen these colors based on maybe what her color aesthetics or what her house looks like or what she wanted to make sure it
So
coordinated.
it looks good on her couch.
So that's the nice thing. You can use any colors that you want,
I did
But you need how many? 10 colors? 1, 2, 3.
10 to 12.
Break it up.
I did poke around
you
this
got 12.
morning
She's
on
got 12.
on Ravelry, and I found this one too. This one is this gal temperature timepiece
Well, that looks very
knitted
similar.
in the round.
Oh.
So it's steeked, and she's got a little bit of an edge situation, so that when you cut it, you don't really have to do anything to
You
that
just
fringe.
end up with a fringe.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I also saw somebody suggested to put like a white row in every time it snowed.
fun.
in your
Or
temperature
I
blanket.
wonder too, like she has safety pins that, or some kind of a marker to denote the different months. But I wonder too if you could have like a totally separate color to say, okay, new month.
Yeah, you could do that.
And she just does one row a day, do you think?
It's either one or
well,
two.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're keeping up, it would be one row. But if you weren't, like I have
or go all the way down and back.
That could
right,
be one day.
right, yeah. I have a sky shawl that I've been going since 2015.
I think I started one
I
of those.
started
And
that too,
I'm
yeah.
in August
Yeah.
at some point.
I'm never going to finish that. But anyway, it's a fun concept. You could also do it as a shawl, like a scarf. So not as
She's
huge of
calling it a
commitment.
shanklet,
I know. I thought that was funny.
like a shawl blanket.
So Jonna is doing a ribbed version, so it's super stretchy. But you could do garter, you could do stockinette,
You can crochet.
whatever.
And I think you can use a lot of different weights of yarn. I mean, obviously, you probably don't want to go fingering weight, but
This gal suggests about 2,000 yards. I thought that was handy.
of like what, DK or worsted?
whatever you want.
Yeah.
But I thought, because Jonna said, you don't totally know what so it's sort of a guess.
Well,
on
yeah, and
how
you're-
much yarn to get.
from each color.
But
I guess you could make a guesstimate.
we have a pretty rainbow of yarns to suggest. Glen Cool.
Yeah,
Love it.
Okay, we had a sweater come in yesterday
my
with
gosh.
this,
Oh,
and
it's so
it
pretty.
was incredible.
This is
it really
fabulous
was.
yarn.
So that yarn would be a
DK.
really great choice. The Kelbourne Germantown in worsted could be really nice.
Squish.
And I thought those little unicorns, do they call those
Yeah,
unicorns?
they do.
That could be fun for a temperature range.
Oh
An
yeah,
extreme.
or the divider, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Your
yeah,
snow
these-
day.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
yeah.
Scout would be a great choice. Scout is a nice squishy DK, again from Kelbourne. We have a lot of great colors.
On my list. It's on my list. Yeah, Chow I think would be a great.
Really nice.
And we
This
have
is a
so many
DK
more
superwash,
colors.
and we just ordered some colorful ones too.
Nice.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So and vintage worsted from
Yeah, I have some
Barocco
over there.
is
Linda.
a really nice option.
Oh yeah, here.
We have, I know there's one lady who's been coming in. She's starting a temperature blanket. I don't know if she started October 1st, but she's just starting.
Yeah,
So,
this would be a great, a really good, a super washable option.
Yeah, start whenever you want. When it's done, nobody knows what month you start.
exactly.
Right. Right.
Kind of a fun project, I think, if you have a kid, like a kid who's,
It might
pretty
be
enthusiastic about knitting.
fun, right? But it might also be. It might be fun to keep as a kind of a diary for a school year too. Mm-hmm. You know.
Yeah. Or how about this? If you're expecting a baby, do a 9-month one.
Oh, that would be cool.
Be fun.
That
Or
would
if you're a
be
grandma,
really great
a grandma to
idea to have when the baby's born.
This was the weather.
Oh, I think we just made something up because I feel like
yeah.
I've never seen anything like that.
Woo! Let's hurry up and get it out there.
9-month baby blanket.
There you go.
Huh.
Write it.
Wheels are turning.
TM, TM, TM.
Fun,
Yep.
fun. Okay. Okay.
We will see you next week.
Thanks for watching.
We will see you
Bye.
next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.